Hi, this is Scott Alexander from Coldwell Banker Legacy, and I'd like to talk to you today about, of all things, an emergency kit checklist. You know, I lived through Snowmageddon a year and a half ago. We spent 3 days in our house without power, heat of any kind. It was not fun, and we weren't prepared. I mean, we muddled through it like most Texans, but I think in a land where the big wind blows sometimes and where the grid is maybe not as good as it needs to be, we ought to make preparations. So here's some things you ought to have in your house. Water. You ought to have at least 3 days of water, and that means 1 gallon per day per family member. So if you're three of you, that's 9 gallons of water you ought to have on hand. Hey, a can opener, non-electric. That was a problem we had. We scrounged around and found one, but it was a difficult time. You got to have non-perishable foods, things that are ready to eat. I'm not suggesting you get MREs or anything like that, but you need some non-perishable foods. You need a first aid kit, you need flashlights, you need batteries, you need a lighter or matches. That was a problem for us as well. A battery operated charger. I mean, I'm sure you did like we did. You had to resort to going out to the truck, starting it up, and charging your phones there. Plus, get a little heat. And your driver's license and other forms of identification. And the last thing, a radio, a transistor radio. All these things are good to have in an emergency kit. If you're a homeowner, you could get stuck at your house for several days, and it's a good thing to have those things. Thanks a lot.